It's pretty amazing to consider that the story of Addolorata Villa began over 700 years ago when St. Juliana founded the Servants of Mary in Italy, a community of women who resolved to work among the poor, sick, and the aged. Today, our community is a part of Franciscan Ministries and the Franciscan Sisters of Chicago, which was founded in 1894. Similar to the Servants of Mary, Mother Mary Teresa founded such a religious congregation of women after being moved by the great need for the city's aged, infirmed, and poor. Our continuing care community celebrated 75 years of compassionate service in 2017. Four Servite sisters who sought to establish a Servite foundation in America inspired our community's humble beginnings. That included Mother Alphonse Bradley, who founded the Servite Sisters of Ladysmith in 1912. Mother Alphonse Bradley shared plans to open a convalescent home in Wheeling in 1936, which became Addolorata Villa. The name was the idea of Cardinal Samuel Stritches and means Our Lady of Sorrows. The first residents were blessed to begin calling Addolorata Villa home in 1942. 8 years later, the community added new facilities, including a large chapel, dining room, multiple offices, and 50 sheltered care units. In the late 1980s, Addolorata Villa continued to evolve to the growing needs of seniors by becoming a continuing care community. We added the independent living, sheltered care, intermediate care, and skilled care. The Franciscan Sisters of Chicago began sponsoring Addolorata Villa in 1996. In 2002, our community once again adapted to the growing needs of seniors and their families by offering assisted living as well as a memory care unit for those suffering from Alzheimer's and other dementia. Today, our community is blessed to have a loving, well-trained staff that happily serves more than 300 residents while promoting joyful living.
When we walked in the front door, the first thing I was aware of was a couple of people laughing. And I just heard the laugh come down the corridor, and I thought, well, with that laughing going on, I just enjoyed that so much that I was already kind of susceptible to living here.
Here, it was kind of different when I came in. It has a different feeling as you walk in the building, and it was the openness and the sincerity which everybody greets you with, but it was just, it made you feel very much at home.
Once I walked up the steps of the front door and into the chapel area there, I felt that this is someplace I wanted to be. There was some feeling walking into this place of spiritual, but also family.
Everyone says that as they walk in the door. They say, you know, we've toured a lot of different communities and this one just feels different. And as soon as you walk in the door, everybody's smiling, everyone says hello. I think it was mentioned the other day that they can walk around and be late because they stop so many times to say hello to people.
I looked at 30 or 40 different places where we physically visited them, decided on Addolorata. And the big factors were the small scale, the financial situation, and having the priest and the chapel on site was a major benefit to us.
My father had advanced Parkinson's disease. My mom was trying to take care of him, and it was not going well. So my siblings and I began to look around at a community that would best fit their needs, not just physically and medically, but also spiritually and emotionally, and we found that Addolorata Villa was that fit.
It's like a second home. I feel like when I'm going to work, it's not work, it's like a home for me too. I have my friends here. They're the residents. Residents are my friends.
You can feel the joy. There's a contentment here that we did not pick up on any of the other residences that we checked.
So you have music, you have movies, you have videos. It does make a deep impression. It did on me.
For me, it's life-giving working here because my work as an occupational therapist in the therapy department gives me joy, and it's life-giving for me to see people not be able to do something when we start and be able to do it when they get finished with therapy and can go back to whatever level they need it to be at.
You realize the responsibility when you walk down the hall and they talk to you, they ask you a question, or they call you and they ask you a question and it's something is completely unrelated to your work. Or you go to their apartment to visit them at 3 p.m. and they offer you a glass of wine. You know that you are not just an employee, you're an entrusted friend. And that's a big responsibility, and I think all of the employees here at Addolorata Villa understand that and take it very seriously.
I stress with everyone that reports to me that we have to remember we're in the home of these residents. What I'm proud is that everyone gets that. They treat the residents with respect and dignity that I believe they so richly deserve. And the joy is just learning the history and the stories of these residents. They've all lived such rich and full lives.
Seeing the smiles on the residents' faces when you stop and give your time to them, that's the best gift we can give them, is that of our time.
Their message, their slogan is celebrate life and serve with joy. And that's what they do here.
Well, I always like to leave people smiling when I walk away from them, and so I do everything in my power to do that.
From when you come in and as things progress, good or bad, and the staff work with the families as well as the residents, that to me is whole health care.
After we came here, we just looked at each other and said, yeah, this is it. And we've never looked back.
It warms my heart to see the impact that we have on all of you as residents and family members, but more importantly, the impact that you have on us as associates. We thank you for that. I wish you many blessings and a wonderful celebration on this 75th anniversary of Addolorata Villa. Have a wonderful evening.